Welcome to the session today. These are are these the last sessions of the day? I think so, right?
I think so.
So thank you for being here. I'm Dr. Amy McMillan. I'm an Associate Dean for Research and Faculty Development in the College of Business. But my job before that, and still my job, is the Copeland Director of Diversity and Inclusion. And so it is my pleasure to introduce to you the Copeland Fellows. These are the very first Copeland Fellows, and they're here to talk to you about diversity, equity, and inclusion, a little bit about what they've learned and why DEI is important, and then they're going to throw in a little bit about the fellowship. We recruit for the fellowship in the spring. It is a 2-year fellowship, so they'll give you a little bit of information about this. So we have Aurora Shafer, we have Evelyn Gonzalez, we have Grant Smith, and Jonathan Coleman, and I'll let them tell a little bit about themselves. Thank y'all.
Thank you so much, Ms. Amy.
Hey everybody, thank you guys for coming. Like she said, we're here to talk about the Copeland Diversity and Inclusion Fellowship.
Yep, so I'm Aurora, like Dr. McMillan introduced. I'm a senior from Orlando, Florida, and I'm majoring in entrepreneurship with a minor in disability studies. I'm a member of the Honors College, and my intended career path is in higher education disability support services.
All right, my name's Grant Smith. I'm from Wake Forest. I'm a senior majoring in marketing and entrepreneurship. My career goals are to own my own business, and multiple, hopefully someday.
Hi, I'm Evelyn Gonzalez. I'm from Greenville, North Carolina. My major is accounting, and I hope to be a CPA one day.
How you guys doing? My name is Jonathan Coleman. I'm a senior, a management information system major. I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
Okay, so we wanted to start out with what is DEI. This is a word bubble where the bigger the word, the more often it came up in an interview. So as you can see, diversity, equity, and inclusion are the biggest 3. But there's a bunch of other words such as care, affirming, fidelity, culture, stuff like that. Those are all just kind of words that kind of are included with DEI.
So diversity. When people think about diversity, a lot of people, the first thing they just think about is race and gender. But that's not everything. It includes other things such as your culture, your sexual orientation, religion, so socioeconomic status. A lot of people, diversity is about opening up this opportunity to a lot of people, not just of race and gender. So you can have a job where you might say, oh, it's 50% male, 40%, 50% male, and then 50% female, but maybe within those female, it's like 90% white and then 10% of other people of color. And is that really diversity? And I don't think that's diversity. That's just putting in those numbers and trying to check off a checklist. But diversity is about having a representation from everyone and having unique values and allowing people to bring ideas to the table that normally do not bring ideas.
So equity. Equity is a really important topic to me because it's a word that I didn't learn until a lot later. I feel like when you're a kid growing up learning about things, you hear the word equality a lot. You hear equality over and over and over again. And so learning about equity was really important to me. Equity is when the resources and opportunities are distributed fairly based on the needs of each individual. And I just really adore this picture. I feel like it's a great representation and really illustrates the difference and the importance of the difference between equity and equality. Equality is when everyone is given the exact same opportunities and resources, which is great, but doesn't always do the work that needs to be done in terms of what people actually need. When you distribute resources based on the actual needs of people through equity, it creates a better and more fair environment just in general.
Cool. And then inclusion. So that's when active steps are taken to make individuals feel welcomed and valued. So like Evelyn said, for diversity, can sometimes be just checking the box. You can say, oh yeah, we've hired 50% females, 50% males, and that's great. However, with inclusion, you take it a step further. So if everyone's at the table, so you're not just letting the room, but you're given a seat at the table, everyone's valued. Everyone's opinion is heard. You're a valued member of the team, where diversity could just be checking that box.
And then we have a quick video for you guys to watch about the importance of diversity in the workforce.
I specifically double checked with Mrs. Hillary.
Okay.
And so since the video's not working,
Right down at the bottom, maybe see there's a play button down at the bottom. Over, right there. Try that.
To go to
Over more.
different slides.
Right.
That's like
Those are
forward
just
backwards.
switch-
Oh, that's forward and backwards. Sorry.
Can you right click on the video?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, I'll let you.
That's so sad.
That's okay. Just minimize the screen and go to the browser. Do you know what the link is?
No.
Okay, well, that's okay.
Oh, yeah, I can do, yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can
You
get
can
it.
probably do it.
Pull it up.
How do I? Okay.
Hit escape.
Escape.
I did.
So what do y'all think are
Okay, there you
important,
go.
the importance of diversity at the workplace?
And then
is?
see the little bing, see the little circle at the bottom of the screen?
This?
The green and blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, click that and then you can enter in the.
Oh, we put enable content. That might be it.
Yes, that was it. Right? Or I'll just. Oh,
Here, do you want me to?
okay.
You're doing great.
You got us for 45 minutes, so
Yeah.
take your time.
You have a captive audience. If anybody leaves, I'll chase you down. I'll come after you.
It should come up.
There it
you
is.
go.
Yes.
Hello world, my name is Shelley and today we're going to talk about the importance of diversity in the workplace. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you're notified of our future content. Businesses that understand the importance of diversity in the workplace are known to perform better both financially and culturally. When employees work with other people from different backgrounds, they have the opportunity to learn from one another to produce higher quality products and services. Having a diverse workplace will also foster a positive working environment in which your employees will grow and thrive. Number 1, expand your talent pool. When your business is a champion for diversity in the workplace, you will expand your talent pool. Your employees will have different skill sets, backgrounds, and experiences. They will be able to collaborate together and learn from each other, which will make them more well-rounded employees. Number 2, promote innovation. When employees with diverse backgrounds collaborate on projects, this will promote innovation on your team and within your organization. Innovation will come from the conflicts that arise when teams are diverse. When you listen to many different ideas from different types of people, you will have the opportunity to combine ideas to create innovation for your products or services. Number 3, grow your business. Businesses with a diverse employee base are known to have an equally diverse customer base. When your business shows that they understand the importance of diversity in the workplace, you will attract different types of customers, which will help grow your business. Your employees can also bring in customers via word of mouth, which will also help expand your customer base. Number 4, improve your business reputation. The culture of your business is imperative if you want to attract and retain top talent within your organization. Businesses with a diverse employee base are known to have conflict, but they also resolve conflict to come up with new innovations for daily tasks or business processes. These innovations will help your employees grow and thrive in their careers. Through speaking with their colleagues and customers, your employees' positive stories about their work will propagate a positive reputation for your business. You can learn other leadership skills in my Pluralsight course, Managing Technical Professionals. It includes animated scenarios to walk you through how to handle conflict on your team. There's a link in the description to the course preview on Pluralsight if you're interested.
Hi everyone, Jason here, producer at HouseTech. Click the video.
So, like the video said, the importance of diversity at the workplace is kind of essential. Just to understand more where other people are coming from and their backgrounds, it honestly produces a better environment at work. It forces people to work better, they're more comfortable, and all in all, that brings more revenue to the business.
So our journey. So how did we start? So some of us started together in the honors college, but we didn't really know each other. But through this Copeland Fellow Diversity, we all came together, and now we all share the same goal of trying to learn about DEI, and we also attend a lot of events. And like right now, we're presenting, and also just being thankful for them, because I think without each other we wouldn't be doing this together. We always motivate each other to complete our hours, to do all of our assignments, bring new ideas, and just having a good time. I think that's been the best thing about it. Like, before presenting, like, we were just laughing it up and just having a good time, and I think that's what been the biggest thing about Copeland, is just being together and promoting awareness here at ACU.
You're gonna make me cry.
And like Evelyn said, they're all a part of the Honors College, so I was kind of the outsider coming in. And
You
they've
have
been
your own accolades, sir.
and they've been very welcoming, and it's kind of turned into a family thing now. So appreciative of them.
Absolutely. So here are a couple of pictures from some of our experiences. The bottom left is us doing volunteering work at Beast Philanthropy. That was a great time helping our local community. Bottom right is Evelyn and I, but all of us go to these Jesse Peel LGBTQ+ movies. They're really interesting. If y'all haven't gone to one yet, you definitely should. Very informational and entertaining. In the top right, that's Aurora and I promoting the Copeland Fellowship, harassing the underclassmen to join. And then in the top left, that was from one of the seminars that we went to last year.
So now we'll be sharing a little bit of our personal experiences of DEI and like what we've learned about it and how we use it on a daily basis.
So, hello, me again. First, want to start off by announcing that this month is National Disability Employment Awareness Month. For anybody that wasn't aware, I thought that was an exciting thing to celebrate and especially relevant to the presentation. So definitely keep that in mind. So I'm here specifically to talk about my identity as a disabled person, as that's a really key important part of my life and something that's just always been really a key part of my identity. And so for me, I have a lifelong disability that started at birth, so it's just always been a part of my life. Growing up, it started from the beginning, as soon as I got into school, fighting for equity, having my parents help to fight for equity, just because as a disabled person, the world is not built for you in mind. And that means that you have to fight to get accommodations, to get access to the same amount of resources and opportunities that others do. So fighting just from the beginning of kindergarten to get accommodations, to be able to perform at the same level as others in school, and just having that continue onward throughout my life. And that just really made me passionate about ensuring access for others. And just being disabled really, and seeing what I have to go through and knowing what others have to go through in order to gain access made me really passionate about making that change. And specifically, I'm really passionate about universal design, which, if you're not familiar with, is designing something that's accessible to as many people as possible from the beginning, so that you eliminate the need to enact accommodations later on. And that really is going to change the game in the future, and is a really important thing with technology moving forward as well. As when you're coming in having to ask for what people perceive as extra things that they have to do through an accommodation, if you're coming in saying, I need you to add captioning to this, I need you to make sure that just things are changed for me, people often don't like that, even though it is something that they should be doing because they didn't make it for you in the first place. So being able to create things that are accessible from the get-go really saves a lot of people a lot of work moving forward. You don't have to continuously make accommodations for people if you've made sure that they're accessible from the get-go. And then I just became really passionate growing up about disability and access, just because it was a huge part of my own life. And that continued when I came to ECU. As an autistic person, I really wanted to connect with other autistic people on campus. And I noticed that there wasn't any student organizations run by autistic students or autistic students, so I helped found the first one here at ECU. It is no longer active, but we had a great time for the couple of years that we ran. We did a lot of events just to connect with each other, a lot of educational-based events to educate students across campus, and it was a really great passion project that I enjoyed. And then I heard about the Copeland Fellowship and was so excited, because a lot of times in business, with the rise in DEI's popularity, disability isn't always included in that conversation. It's sometimes treated as something separate than DEI in a lot of businesses. So I was really excited to come in to help represent disability with the Copeland Fellowship. And Amy's just been great in letting me help educate everybody and just really bring that into the conversation.
It's only because you're a rock star.
And this year, I'm really excited to announce a new student organization on campus that I hope everybody explores, and you're welcome to come to any meetings for that. We're on Engage, the Student Alliance for Social Equity and Diversity. It's a new campus-wide organization that is focused on really taking feedback from students. We're going to be sending out surveys to get feedback from students to see what problems they're encountering related to equity and diversity on campus to help bring their thoughts to higher administration to start solving problems that students are encountering. And the future, for me, due to my passions of disability, I plan to work in higher education and disability support services. Just through my experience here at ECU, we have a really great disability support service office. I've interned there, I'm doing another project with them, and I'm really excited to move forward working at universities to continue my passion for DEI related to disability and ensuring that college students coming in have the same access that everybody else has and that they deserve and the same opportunities.
Cool. So for me, in case you couldn't tell, I'm a white male.
I'm so shocked.
Shocker, I know. So when you think of what I could kind of bring to the table, it's not as much about what I bring necessarily, but being open to learning about DEI. That's kind of why the Copeland Fellowship spoke to me, because I grew up in Wake Forest. It was great, but I had a lot to learn and wanted to learn. And as I mentioned, I want to be a business owner one day. And if I learn about DEI now, I can implement that in the future and not be part of the problem. Because through history, just to be generic, people like me have been the issue. White males have been the ones that aren't being inclusive and the ones that have power, and I don't want to be like that. So I want to learn about DEI and not be part of the problem and have a positive impact going forward.
So, my friend's side, I'm Hispanic. My parents are from Mexico, so one thing like maybe some of us can relate is like when you walk into a room, you're probably like the only person in that room who is your race. And that's like I've experienced it here at ECU, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's good to bring out representation. I've experienced what I'm currently working at. So one thing that because of that, like you do suffer a lot is from imposter syndrome. Sometimes you feel like you're not good enough just because of your race, or like, am I really like just like a, I guess, affirmative action or diversity check, or what am I? And like you start to self-doubt yourself, and it's like having DEI is important because you want to make sure wherever you go you're feeling comfortable. I mean, where I currently work at, like I feel like I can be myself and I can be who I am, and I am able to share my cultural values, share my music, share my food with everyone around me. And that's one thing DEI has taught me, because sometimes as people, like being a person of color, we close ourselves off because we're trying to be this person we're not. We're trying to be like the ideal candidate, and we just don't, we close ourselves off and we don't share our values or cultures. And DEI has taught me that it's okay to open up, and if a company doesn't love you or doesn't want you for your values, then leave. Like, I mean, if they don't see you for who you are, then they're not worth it, and you should go to places where you're welcomed and feel included.
So for me, DEI kind of came into effect when I found out my major, because when I got to college, I didn't know what I was going to study or what I even wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to do something in business. So freshman year, I took a MIS class, and my teacher told me I should do it. And I had no idea what MIS was, so I went out on a limb. I went to a listening session about MIS, and I said, why not, I'll do it. And then I got thinking, and I was like, wow, I never heard about this. Growing up in high school, I didn't take any computer coding classes or any technology classes. So that kind of led me to trying to figure out how can I give back to students or kids who don't know and aren't aware of this route that they could take that has so much money in it and so many opportunities, because MIS is one of the most growing fields in the world, cybersecurity, things like that. The world's ever changing. So that kind of drove me to have an impact on diversity and inclusion, especially with the Copeland Fellowship. It's allowed me to open doors that I did not think I would be able to have. Just kind of trying to lay foundation for people to come behind me, because if you're not helping people that are after you, then that's selfish living and that's not a way to live. So right now, actually with the fellowship, we're kind of coming into our last terms of it, so we have to do a service project. And myself and my fraternity, we are going to a local middle school, and we are kind of helping the kids who struggle with emotional and self-esteem and things going on at home and things like that. So like I believe it was Evelyn who talked about equity and equality. Not everybody is on the same stool, so we want to give them a chance to have equity, allow them to have a chance to explore different routes that they may not be aware of. And how can we just allow them to have a better view of the world? Because right now their eyes are kind of small view, and we want to broaden their view of the world and allow them to see the opportunities. Like me, I'm in tech right now, and as you can see, it's mainly predominantly white and Asian cultures running the show for that, and so just kind of trying to put my foot in the door and help as many people as I can with that.
So we wanted to quickly do a little plug for the Copeland Fellowship because we always want more people, and we have such a great bond with everybody, and we're always welcome to add people to our family. The Copeland Fellowship is a 2-year program, so you got to make sure that you're going to be at ECU for 2 years to complete it. Basically what we do is we attend DEI events across campus, or if you find other DEI events elsewhere in the world that you'd like to attend, you can attend those as well. So for the first year, you attend 15 hours of DEI events if you're choosing per semester. And the second year, you do 10 per semester. And you post on LinkedIn just a little summary of the event you went to and complete a short reflection paper at the end of each semester. Then during your second year, you do a DEI project. And it's really exciting because it's so open-ended. It's anything that you want to do as a project related to DEI. You could start a new club on campus. You could do research. You can do really anything that you want related to DEI. And at the end of the year, you'll present that. Also, you get money. There's a $2,000 scholarship over the course of the 2 years, so $500 per semester. And so if you'd like more information, it's on the College of Business's website. You can talk to Dr. McMillan and any of us if you want to learn anything more about the program. So, questions if you guys had anything related to DEI, the program, anything that you wanted to hear about? Yeah.
Is the program limited to undergrad or graduate students as well?
Both.
Thank you.
Online and face-to-face.
Yes, and DEI students as
As
well.
long as you're at ECU.
If you're staying here for grad school,
Need extra money?
Other questions?
Wait, I noticed those 15 hours, like, in terms of, like, classes, or?
in terms of events you find. So if you're going to see, like we do a lot, a movie at the LGBTQ Center, you can go see a 2-hour movie, take a picture and do a LinkedIn post, and that's 2 hours off of the semester.
I went to a conference in February, and I got 5 hours out of it, and it was a conference of my choice, and it was really interesting and learning.
Or say you came and sat in on a DEI panel thing like this.
Yeah, if y'all were Copeland Fellowship, y'all could get an hour, just right like that. Woo!
Yeah.
I got one. It's like, what's one thing that y'all like to learn that y'all can kind of apply in your real life without doing a DEI?
For me, the whole experience is so eye-opening because you get to see so many different cultures. Like Grant, he's a white male. Aurora, she's a white female with some disabilities. Evelyn is Hispanic. So we all have different backgrounds, and we're all bouncing ideas off each other, telling each other how we grew up and different things we experience and some blockage that we kind of face on our own. So it just rounds you out so you understand people better. I think that's the biggest thing, and I think that helps you be more successful in life, just being able to take where people are and bring people to a common ground. So I think it's an ever-going cycle of just learning. You got to continually learn and understand people.
Yeah, I think it's just really about learning to get along with everybody and understand different perspectives and incorporating different perspectives in the work that you're doing.
Yeah, and opening up and actually learning about other people's cultural, their backgrounds, their values and stuff like that, and being able to ask what can we do, or how can we learn more about you, and stuff like that. So I think it's been one of the biggest things I've learned.
Marissa had her hand up too.
Oh, I was gonna ask, what was your favorite event that you guys have done so far?
Oh, that's a good question.
I want to say it's my service project that I'm doing for my last semester. Just going to the middle school every week. We meet every week with a group of some students who are. Yeah, they're pretty pumped up. They ask a lot of questions. A lot more than you guys are asking. It's definitely fun, and it's fulfilling. So that's
Grant, what was your
Yeah, for me,
favorite?
I'd say it's the movies,
Yeah.
honestly. They're just so different every time, but they're really cool and really informational. I went to one the other day about Polly Murray. Never have heard of her in my life, and she was like 20 years before the civil rights movement and was doing all the same things, did a sit-in, stuff like that, and I've never heard of her. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't feel like most people learn about her in just K through 12 history, when really we should.
I also really love the movies, not just because it's a fun activity to do, but just because the LGBTQ Center does a great job of picking movies to choose and watch, and the stories are just so phenomenal, things that you never hear. I remember I really liked this movie we saw. It was about a group of queer mountain climbers, and it was about their journey from having no mountain climbing experience and learning how to climb mountains and then climbing a mountain at the end of the movie. And it was just, I never would have seen that any other way.
I think some of my favorite events have been like either like the lunches or dinners we've had. So like I know we went to one where it was like we just like all sit there. We had one with like the dean and we just talk about our experiences with DEI and share like what could we do better as students, or when we talk to other business leaders and we're like telling about what we've learned and how maybe what we learned can make an impact in their businesses as well.
I think also just side note, I think one of the other great benefits that I love that I didn't even anticipate being a part of the Copeland Fellowship is just, as I'm sure your professors say to you every day in class, networking is important. The Copeland Fellowship makes it really easy to network. As it's in the College of Business, you meet tons of faculty and people in the College of Business, and you're just invited to a lot of things, and it really makes networking a lot easier. It's something I struggle with. I'm not great at going up to people and doing small talk, and to be invited to events and have people want to talk to me really makes it a lot easier. So, a great other benefit.
I'll add to that too. The networking aspect. I actually ended up in the fellowship on a whim. I applied late. I think it was like 3 weeks after the deadline.
Maybe something like that.
I emailed Dr. Amy and I was like, hey, I saw it was a $500 scholarship. I said, hey, is there any way I can still apply for this? I was trying to figure out how to pay for school and stuff like that. So that's how I ended up doing the fellowship. I really didn't know too much about diversity and inclusion. And then I got in and I've learned so much. And I met so many different people and have had the opportunity to just broaden my view of everything, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can also say with like what Jonathan was saying was about broadening my view. Like, I'm Hispanic, but like the Hispanic culture has a lot of different cultures. So we have like Mexican, Colombian, Venezuela. Sometimes I might say something that is okay, like in Mexican culture, but someone in a different culture like might not see it that way. And I think the Copelands have like taught me a lot about broadening my view and like knowing what is like right. Because just because you're diverse in one certain culture doesn't mean you're diverse everywhere.
Good point. Anybody else? So, like I said, the Copeland Fellowship application process starts in the spring. Is it March? I think March.
February last semester.
February, March, and you'll probably see the Copeland Fellows in classes and recruiting. And it's a easy application process. You have to do like a paragraph statement about why you want to be a Copeland Fellow. It's not competitive in the sense of the highest GPA, but it is, we only take 10 a year, so there's 20 total. But we haven't reached 20 yet, right? So there were 5 the first year. I think there were maybe 7 or 8 applications, and we took 5. And then this year there were maybe 15 or 16 applications, and we took 12, I think. Is it 12? Maybe 12. No. Something like that. So it's not absolutely competitive, but you do need to be able to commit to the hours, and that is easier said than done. We were 8 weeks in, and I'm like, y'all, where are your hours? So it is a commitment. That, and then the project in the last year is is a commitment as well. So while GPA is not a thing, you know, I worry about accepting people who have like a 2.0 just because, or below, just because you're working so hard to get your GPA up, that it does, you know, it does concern me. One of the things that Jonathan did this past summer is called all the applicants that we did not accept and talked to them. And
yeah, so just, you know, being DEI aware, how was our application process flawed? Like, how could we do a better job of screening through the applicants and doing a better job of understanding where they're coming from? So maybe if a person didn't have a great essay, why didn't they have a great essay? Are they not a great writer, or do they not like to write? Are they not capable of expressing themselves through word? Why is their GPA low? Did they experience some turmoil through their semester? Did COVID affect them? Did they have something going on at home? Just kind of getting a better understanding of what each person had to offer, and making sure we didn't pass anybody by because they didn't do a great application. They might have had something amazing to offer, and we just kind of skimmed over them. So I reached out to every single person that we denied, and I got some responses. Most people didn't respond, but the people I did, I got to hear, you know, what happened to them. Some people were affected by COVID, some people had kids, some people were 40 years old and working full-time jobs and doing school and taking care of their kids, so their GPA was a little low. But, you know, DI was important to them. They were, you know, going through things that they felt they could bring to the program.
So anyway, so it's a highly visible fellowship. There's a lot of visibility, a lot of acknowledgement across the entire campus. And so it is highly visible. We are constantly, the LinkedIn things tag the College of Business, and so you get a lot of visibility on your LinkedIn posts. What are some of the ones you've gotten some numbers, Grant?
Yeah, I've gotten 5,500 hits, 3,000 on the last one. After the challenge, it was like 7,000.
Yeah. So there is visibility there for you as an individual on your LinkedIn. And then we do a lot of promoting of the Copeland Fellows. So there's a webpage, everybody has a picture and a bio. There's a series going on right now of the new fellows. It's like one a week. We're posting their picture and their bio. We get a lot of quotes from them. We're gonna have a DEI video coming out, and the Copeland Fellows are starring in that video as well. So it is a lot of visibility, and that's the kind of thing that makes your resume look good as well. Matter of fact, Aurora and I were just talking about resumes a minute ago. So it is work, right? But there are, I think it can open doors.
There's so many benefits, and it's honestly so fun. I mean, I might not have committed to go to so many events if I didn't have the fellowship.
Right.
But there are definitely events that I enjoy, and many of them I would have gone to anyway.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten most of them.
I'm
enjoying it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have. You've got other things. You've got, you know, and I think that's part of the thing too. The fellows. What I've noticed is that they are the best of the best of students because they're the ones who want to do everything, right? They're the ones who want to be everything, who want to do all the things, and so therefore their schedules are, you know, full, and trying to fit it all in can be challenging. So I try and give them a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
a little
you.
bit. But yeah, for me, it has been an absolute pleasure, and one of the pleasures of my life working on these kids. So yeah, they make my heart happy. When I see them, they make my heart happy. So yeah, so I definitely recommend the Copeland Fellowship, and as a DEI advocate and ally in all things DEI and belonging. There's a B now, belonging. I think it's a pretty cool opportunity for students.
So, so spread the word, tell all your friends.
Yeah.
If anybody's interested, feel free to hit us up on LinkedIn, Instagram, anywhere, email.
Thank you.